Hi everyone, in this video I'll be showing you some more tips and tricks on the N9. Okay, now firstly I'm gonna go through some text editing and keyboard tricks. So here I open the Notes app and let's open a note. So here we have a text field, so tapping on the text field will bring up the QWERTY keyboard. Now, if you have multiple language input installed, you can switch between them by swiping across the keyboard, just like that. And that will switch between your input languages. Okay, and here we have this button. Pressing this button will bring up the numbers and the punctuation symbols. And there's two sets of symbols. So pressing this button, we switch between set 1 and set 2. Okay, alternatively, you can swipe to switch between the sets, just like that. And once you're done with the keyboard and you want to close it, all you need to do is swipe down on the keyboard, just like that, and you close the keyboard. Okay, so unlike Symbian where you get these arrow buttons which moves the cursor to wherever you want to go, in Migo you actually have to tap on the text to bring the cursor to wherever you want it. Now this can be quite frustrating as it's not really precise. You can't get it exactly where you want it. Now to make things simpler, you can tap and hold and it will bring out this magnifying glass kind of thing, and you can finally move the cursor to wherever you want to go, and it's quite precise, so it's easier to get the cursor between certain letters you wanted. Right, so next I'm gonna show you the camera. Okay, we can bring up the camera by the quick launcher. Oh yeah, and you need to before you do anything, you need to close the keyboard. So here, I swipe up, I bring up the shortcuts, I go to camera, and this is the camera here. So I'll attempt to take a picture of this DVD. Okay. Right, so as you can see, oops, switch to camera. As you can see, you get these brackets there, and firstly they are white, which means the camera hasn't got the autofocus of the camera hasn't focus lock on the target yet, but when it turns blue, that means it has a lock on the target. So let's try the autofocus on this DVD here. Yeah, and it doesn't seem to work. I think it's partly due to the lighting. It isn't really bright in my room. Right, so it ain't focusing. You can also do a force focus by tapping on the virtual shutter key there. Tap it and hold it. Right, and as you can see, the cursor has, the brackets there has turned blue. That means it's got a focus lock. Okay, so once it's blue, you release the shutter key and it takes a photo. Okay, and you can view the photo by pressing this button here, this icon here. So take it to photo. As you can see, the photo I've taken is not so good, but you can add some improvements on this photo by going to the edit option there. You edit, and you can choose auto fix all, so this will automatically adjust the saturation, the brightness, and it also adds some warmer color. For those of you that don't like the cooler tones that the N9 produces, you can choose this option, so add some warmer color to the picture. As you can see, it looks much brighter than before. The colors are a bit more vibrant. It's a bit more warmer. And you can also choose auto fix option again, so that doubles the effect. So increase the sharpness, makes the color more vibrant. More warmer. Okay, so it looks much brighter than before. But if you don't like this, you can tap back here. So that brings you to the original photo you had before you did all the changes. So as you can see, there's a big difference. Okay, next I'm gonna show you the front-facing camera. I think this is something that people are curious about, because Nokia hasn't talked a lot about the front-facing camera, and of course it's placed controversially on the bottom right corner as opposed to the top, and people wonder how is this gonna affect the functionality of the camera. Well, I'm gonna show you with an app called Simple Mirror. So yes, so you can see me there. Hello. Yeah, so this app basically just you use the front-facing camera and then produce the whatever's on the front-facing camera on the screen. So as you can see me there, and the front-facing camera, I can tell you, it's oddly placed at the bottom. It's kind of yeah, your fingers kind of get in the way if you try to use the phone. See, your finger gets in the way because it's placed on the bottom. And the quality, I would say, is not so good. That perhaps this app is just gathering raw data. I don't think the data processed really well. There's lots of noise in there. It looks really fuzzy, and I think that's partly because I think Nokia hasn't written the image processing code for the front-facing camera, so that's why there's a lot of noise, and I think that's why they haven't put the video calling function on this version of Migo. Okay, and camera, I think it's a VGA, so the resolution isn't really good. Okay, so don't expect too much from the front-facing camera. Right, so there you go. Okay, so another thing I want to show you, let's go back to the camera. Now the camera, it's actually an 8 megapixel camera, but however, if you have the aspect ratio set to 16:9, you only can use 7 megapixel. That's the maximum you can use. However, if you want to use the camera to the full potential, which is the 8 megapixel, you need to change the aspect ratio to 4:3, and you actually can use the full 8 megapixel of this camera there. So go back. So the image is not as wide as before, but you get higher resolution, higher megapixel, I mean. So that's it for this video. I hope you found something new, and I hope it helped you out. Okay, ciao.